Uh, hey everyone, Thermal here with
I'm
Damn it,
sorry.
Krusty.
No. It's because you sound like Yoda at the very beginning of that.
Said the N-word in predominantly black neighborhood I did.
That's the intro then. Nope, that's the intro for
Okay,
this.
that's the intro. Fuck that. Fuck it. Fuck doing a formal intro. Anyway, yeah.
Yep.
So we're doing the R6 Siege Operators tier list. This is the most recent updated
Got
R6
all the
Operators
ops.
tier list as of January
Now,
29, 2022. And
aka it has everyone up to Thorn.
yeah, all 30. Wait, how many was there? 30. No, sorry, 62. I don't know why I'm saying
52.
30. Yeah, so we're gonna be going through each one, talking a little bit about it, and then ranking it. So yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna start with Johnny's Sin Sledge, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to think where to put him. I would probably put him on A, if I'm gonna be honest, because it's Johnny Sins. The hammer is very unique, guns good, grenades. No one gives a fuck about the pistol, obviously.
On top of that, his gadget's easy to use and easy to learn.
Very good
And it's
beginner.
not like extremely good beginner, because it's not like anything really hard to comprehend. It's literally just a sledgehammer. But it is so useful on the field actually.
What would you say?
Just because of how like good he is as a starter, and even hell in later tiers, I would say A as well.
Yeah, I mean, he could debatably go in S depending on the map because he could be very OP when the defenders are in basement, for example, and there's wooden floor above everywhere on certain maps, especially, But
Hmm.
but I would put him probably A as well, so we'll keep him on A. Now Thatcher, he has actually
His
two good.
gadget's amazing.
Well, he's extremely unique. He's the only one that can disable electronics. Um, besides shooting the shit, and breaking like the battery or the K trap or whatever. Well,
Yeah,
he can
freaking
disable
EMP.
all of the electronics, so with the ZMP, and in
And it
addition, he also has a gas mask like Johnny Sins Sledge, which that's also a really good one, like a really good little side thing that he has. Um, he has two really good guns that you can choose from out of the three, besides the shotgun, which
we're not
all.
including. I think in this list we have to include shotguns just because of the dynamic of
Well,
the guns.
I don't play shotgun, so I have no fucking clue if that's a good shotgun. But the two ARs he has are really good, and they don't have much recoil. They have good sights on them. I don't care about the pistol at all, obviously. He comes with claymores and I think breach charges, which are
Breach
those,
charges.
and claymore.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I think he's really good. So I would put him on S if I'm gonna be honest, because there's nobody else on attackers like him.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on S tier. And the biggest reason I'm saying S is if he's paired up with a Thermite, there's almost no stopping you from breaking into the enemy room.
Yeah, that's the unstoppable duo right there for sure. Yeah. Next one we got Mr. Smoke.
So with Smoke, the thing I have to say about him though is his gadget is really good. It's great at preventing enemies from entering one point or another. The only issue is, of course, you can still see through said smoke, but it does prevent entry from single points for a little bit. On top of that, his SMG has almost no recoil, and it's pretty good rate of fire and good damaging. And with its little to no recoil, it's almost a laser shot to the head if you can aim it.
Yeah, I mean it does have some recoil. It's not perfect. It's not as good as the first two guns, but like it's still a
It
good
is
gun.
on top of, yeah, it's super easy to control as well. It's not like other guns, even some ARs where the recoil is extremely high. The recoil on it still has recoil because it's a gun, obviously, but it's
Yeah.
really easy to control. And with just slight adjustments, it's almost a laser, pretty much,
He
or
can
entry denial.
he's really good at Monty denial. Yeah, mainly Monty denial because that's one operator that is hard to break through, the shield.
And I'm
So,
also just gonna say this. I think Crush will immediately agree with me on this. He's also perfect for trolling your team.
Yeah, you can also do that. You can kill the hostage too if you really want to, which is pretty funny. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do with them. But I probably wouldn't put him on S though. I'd probably put him maybe, I'd put him on A. I would put him on A.
Yeah, I was thinking A.
Because he's not like, again, he's not perfect, but he's still a fun operator to play. And he also has a shield too, which is also fun to play.
He's also, I think the big reason he can't go on S is he's not, unlike Thatcher, he's not like one of those operators where it's like, oh, they have a smoke, okay, be careful. But if you hear, oh, they have a Thatcher on the attacker scene, shit.
And also
You get what I
Thatcher's
mean?
always banned on ranked. Always banned.
Oh, of course.
So, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. Next one,
Yeah.
Mute, which is one I've been playing a lot recently. Mute, I would put, I'm gonna be honest, Mute's more OP than Bandit and Cade.
S.
Because I would put him...
That's my immediate thing is S for Mute.
I would put him S, yeah, because he has a good loadout. His gun is really, really good. It's not... Is it the MP5? I think it's the MP5, or it's a gun that's like the MP5. He has a gas mask on as well.
The gas mask doesn't really do anything.
Well, if you have a smoke and a mute combo, they work really well together. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And
the one thing I never got was Mute can still be harmed by that, even though he has a gas mask on.
I didn't know that, but okay.
Yeah,
well, I guess it's not as good as Duo as I originally thought. But anyway, but yeah, no. Not only does it prevent drones from detecting you at entranceways if you put the mute jammer at entranceways, but if Dokkaebi uses her logic bomb, the mute jammer will negate that. Mute will
as
also
long as you're in its range.
Yeah, and if you put mute jammers up against reinforced walls, then attackers can't unless you have a Thatcher, they can't blow that wall no matter what. They can't use thermite charges against it. They can't use Hibana what's it called? Hibana breaches. I'll just call it breaches. In this case,
just say Hibana pellets.
Hibana pellets.
You can't use zero cams. You can't.
You also can't use the fuse grenades as well.
The cluster bombs.
Yeah, you can't use that. It's crazy OP depending on if you know how to play mute, and it's also a very easy operator to use.
Yeah, and it doesn't disable teammate gadgets.
Yeah,
obviously.
I think mute's really good, and that's also why I love playing him.
Yeah.
And anyway, moving on. Thermite. So
he used to be OP back before Ace. Let's see, before Ace. Yeah, pretty much just before Ace.
So
and other people that can blow through the reinforcements, Maverick.
Yeah, so
Maverick
with Thermite, he has the biggest hard breacher. In my opinion, I'm pretty sure he has the biggest hard breacher out of everyone. But
yeah,
he also has a good gun. I think he has some good loadouts too, with like grenades, and I can't remember if he has anything else that's really good.
I think he has flashbangs. I don't think he has.
Well, that's what I was talking. No. That's what I was talking about. Flashbang grenades.
Oh,
and his gun is okay. I think his gun is good if you know how to use it. But besides that, I don't really like playing him too much unless it's a random, you know, and I'll just like be like, it's alright, you know. He's not a bad pick, but he doesn't really stand out as well, especially when you have other hard breachers like Hibana or now Ace. And is there anyone else? I'm trying to think.
I know Maverick
can be one.
On top of that, they added the secondary gadget of the hard breach charge. So he kind of just became redundant after that, because you can just blow a hole through reinforcements that way now. You don't need a thermite to blow through them.
Yeah, I think that was all that we listed. But I would personally put him on B, because he's not a bad op, but he's not, like, super good, though, anymore, you know?
Yeah, I think B, only because it's, like, the closest we have to a midsection.
I would either put him, even C, honestly, but I'm going to put him on B, because he's not, like, bad, though. He's just not good. He's just not good. Now, Ash, aka Miss Sweat, the sweaty operator that all the sweats love to use. So she's kind of interesting to discuss because she has probably arguably the best gun in the game, or one of the best guns in the game. I don't think it's the best gun in my opinion, but it's definitely up there, you know. The AR is one hell of a shot, to say the least. That's a fucking laser.
Well, she has 2 ARs.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the better one out of the two, you know.
Yeah, the one she shares with Iana.
There's one that's significantly better. That's practically a laser. That gun alone is really, really good, and I feel... And she's also really quick at 3-speed. She also has 2, what is it, grenades? Rocket launcher grenades, or whatever it's called. Impact grenades? Or what's it called?
Impact. It's a breaching round is what it's called.
2 breaching rounds, yeah. Yeah, 2 breaching rounds.
Yeah, it's breaching rounds fired from the grenade launcher.
Yeah, so picture the scenario. You spawn in as an attacker. You have the 2 breaching rounds. You use one of them against the soft wall. You blow it. You rush in, kill a bunch of people. That's pretty much what Ashe is used for. She comes with claymores and I think other breach charges as well that you have to put on the wall. You can't fire from a distance. And she's the best rusher, I think, out of everyone.
She's one of the only 3-speed attackers, actually.
Yeah.
There's like only a small handful of them.
Yeah, so she can be OP if you're expecting people to take their time, and you can catch people off guard pretty quickly. But besides that, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think she's like super special. Like besides the gun, you know?
Yeah.
She's super easy to kill. She's super easy to kill. Like it's really not that hard of a. It's not hard to kill her. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, not at all.
But again, her gun is like really good, and she is the definition of a rusher. I would put her on A. I'm gonna be honest.
I was gonna say A or B. Yeah, B is. I wouldn't say B because her gadget is useful to an extent, and it's not redundant too much as Thermite's. And plus, her gun does put her on A.
But yeah, I think we can agree Ashe goes in A. Yeah. Do you have any other words?
Johnny Sins Pulse.
Alright, Johnny Sins Pulse.
Pulse.
Sadly, I have to call him Pulse in this scenario.
Immediately, I'm immediately say this. He has to be an S. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat because his gadget. Think of it this way, Crush. You may have cameras, but he can literally see their heartbeat through walls, where cameras may not be able to view. He can see them or heartbeats through walls, and I've been called a hacker so many times playing Pulse, just because I would wallbang someone and they'd be like, "How the hell did you know I was there?" And I was like, "Look which operator I am."
Yeah, no, he has a really good gun, a really good AR. His gadget's obviously what he's known for though. He also has I believe he has a C4 and something else. I don't remember what else he has. But with him it's kind of scenario based when he's OP. If you use him on a map like Bank, for example, that shit's wide open. He's not very useful.
He's not extremely useful, except
he's still
in the
useful,
tight
but
places,
like
hallways.
Yeah,
and like the upstairs rooms.
Yeah,
but hell, even downstairs, the only area on Bank he would not be very helpful would be somewhere like the main lobby.
Yeah, so with him, it really depends on the map how useful he can be. But I'm obviously probably using the worst map example for him, or the most difficult map to play him on. But most of the other maps are close enough and tight enough where he's very, very useful. Like House, I think he's pretty useful for the most part.
Oh, on Old House, he was like a...
Even New House, I think he's pretty useful. Besides, like, when people are on Windows and all that. But even if they're up there, like, you can use him to see if people are on the treehouse. So I'm gonna put him on... I'm kind of a little bit of a hard ass when it comes to this shit, but I guess we can put him on S. And I also mained him, so I obviously know how OP he can be.
We both have mained him at one point. There has to be... I doubt there is any Siege player that at one point has not played Pulse and say, I will not play this guy a lot. As an early beginner, when you're kind of struggling to figure out... What the hell was that noise that I just made? To try and figure out where... Yeah.
I might have to beep that, even though we weren't making that an intentional slur. It just kind of sounded like it.
Yeah.
So, Castle. Same exact gun as Pulse, or Johnny Sins Pulse.
Actually, there's a slight difference. Yeah, Castle's gun has a little more armor-piercing rounds, so it's easier for him to shoot through his barricades than other operators.
So he can actually shoot through the barricades?
Not at first, but is a little bit easier for him to do so.
Okay, I gotcha. But, so listen, with his current status as Castle, now Ubisoft changed a few things. Didn't they, add another Castle barricade, but every other barricade is weaker now? Like, they're all weak right now, right? A lot weaker?
They're weaker, not a lot weaker, but they are weaker than what they used to be, I believe.
Aren't they like 2 hits weaker or something like that?
2 or 3, give or take.
Okay, yeah.
Beforehand, you would have to sit at that barricade for almost the entire round, trying to break one with your bare hand.
Now let's actually think about it for a second. I actually think I think his loadout is really, really, really good. But I think his gadget, like aka his castle barricades, are not like super, super useful. If I'm going to be completely honest, like if you go against a Sledge, he can break that shit down immediately. Zofia immediately.
Ash.
A grenade immediately. I don't think his ability is that good, if I'm be honest. If anything, it just slows him down a little bit. However, what I will say is he comes with a pump shotgun as a secondary.
So does Pulse.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, as a secondary? Are you
Yeah,
talking about
secondary. Secondaries, yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
Super shorty?
Yeah, they give him super shorty.
Oh,
That's what I was
didn't know
talking
that.
about. Yeah, no, the super shorty to be more specific. And Johnny Sins Pulse doesn't have that.
Yeah, no.
But
I'll
yeah,
take the L on that one.
No, that's all right. But listen, but his loadout is, like Lenny said and I said, almost exactly the same as Johnny Sin's Pulse's AR. His secondary is a super shorty, and you can choose between a couple of gadgets for him. One of them is the what's it called? The motion detector that beeps when people walk through it. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, proximity alarm.
Yeah, that one or something else. I don't know what the other one is because I don't use it. But that shit's
Impact.
useful. Okay, impacts. But the proximity alarms are really, really useful. That shit will piss anyone off on the enemy team when they walk through it.
Yeah. Especially because he gets like 3?
Yeah, he gets 3.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 impacts or 3 proc alarms.
I'm pretty sure it's 3. I could be mistaken, but it's either 2 or 3. His loadout is really, really, really good. It's just his gadget isn't that good. However, with that being said, there's other people that have equal or better loadouts than him still, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I would probably put him on a B.
I would say C, actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll put him as C. Even though I feel like he's more of a B because he has the potential to have a really good loadout. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
He has the potential, but his gadget, I would say, brings him down a notch too much to be considered a B. Like Thermite, his gadget is still good.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
It's still good. Castles is not very much anymore.
Yeah, I understand. Anyway, moving on. We have Monty next. Monty, big shield man. That's really all we have for Monty, big shield man.
Yeah.
But with that being
Hard to
said,
play.
slightly disagree.
Hard to kill with. Hard to kill.
No,
Let me rephrase that.
Well, it all depends on scenario, but if it's you against a Monty, it's you. Depending on who you're fighting against, you might have the odds might be in your favor. But if it's someone like me back in the day who main Monty, you probably would get your ass whooped
Easily.
because I used to be a Monty main, and I think I even got an ace once with shield hits only.
Yeah.
So. Monty though is the guy that goes in first. He takes all the hits and he provides extra intel for your team. I think he's an A because no one else can be fully protected from the feet all the way to the head.
Other than
that
Clash.
has well besides Clash, yeah, of course. But
yeah, I would agree with you, A.
but when you hit the difference between Clash and Monty is when you hit his shield, Clash's shield goes a lot farther to one side than Monty's does. Like, he's really difficult to kill. And literally, if you want to piss someone off, just keep moving the way that they're running at you. You know what I mean?
Yup.
He has a decent pistol. He comes with smoke grenades, I believe, or he has a hard breach.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I think he actually got the hard breach not long ago, and the hard breach is actually super useful. So decent loadout with besides him just having the shield. So I would put him in A. I'm gonna be honest. I would put him on A.
Yeah.
Now
A.
Twitch.
On top of that,
Yeah.
with Monty, diffuser, plant the diffuser and just sit on it.
Yeah. Now next one, Twitch. This is one that I think requires a little bit more brain power to play. The gun, the AR that Twitch has is not a very good gun. It has a lot of recoil. You really need to know how to play with it if you want to be good with it. And she comes with a couple of other guns, shotgun of course, and marksman. The marksman actually isn't that bad, but it's a marksman. You constantly have to click your mouse to fire, you know, because it's one shot. Twitch has 2 special drones. You used to be able to immediately spawn with the Twitch drone in the prep stage, but not anymore. Now she just has 2 regular Twitch drones in her inventory when you spawn in as an attacker. But basically, Twitch drones are used to disable. It can disable like Bandit's battery. It can disable enemy cameras. It can disable enemy gadgets for the most part in general, mute jammers, stuff like that, you know. But with that being said, I feel like there's a lot of people playing Twitch that don't really use her drones enough, or are kind of dumb with the drones and just treats the drone like a regular drone and gets it shot immediately when it's out and about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if you really want to be a good... If you want to go try-hard mode and actually play her the way she's intended on being played as, then throw a drone and then disable as much shit as you can. Let it recharge, throw another drone, and then do the same thing with that. Then swap back to the other drone and try and disable as many enemy gadgets as you can to help your team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on top of that, it can harm. It does like 1 damage, but still... It just pisses off the enemy team. Again,
you can also hurt your own team too. It's kind of funny.
A great troll op.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. But with that being said, I
say A. That's my statement.
I think she goes in C. This is one where we might disagree a little bit. I think she belongs C because she does not have that good of a loadout. I don't know what her second
it's a pistol or revolver.
No. I mean gadget. She comes with a claymore, and I can't remember what the other one is. It might be not impact. What did you say? Flashbang.
Flashbangs.
Okay. Yeah, the loadout's only okay. I don't think her loadout's very good, and her guns are pretty shit for the most part.
Yeah, I think for Twitch we'll have to compromise and say B. Just because I say A, you say C. So
I still think C, but I'll go with B. But, like, if you actually think about it, how many people, or how many times when you play Twitch, did you actually play it correctly? The way it was meant to be.
0.
Exactly.
0, because I have no clue how to play Twitch.
It's very simple, it's just people don't want to take the time to play Twitch, you know?
Yeah. And plus, I rarely ever use drones, so...
That's another reason.
Exactly.
Alright, we got a lot left, so here we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, Doc, up next. Johnny Sins Doctor.
Dr. Sins.
Now, I think Dr. Sins is actually really good. He's the first healing op in the game. Well, technically, there's only 2 healing ops in the game. Besides, 3 technically, but 2 on the defenders team.
Yeah.
He has a really good gun. I think you can choose between a camera or barbed wire, which is good. Obviously, you can heal people. And you can heal people from a distance, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like with Thunderbird, it's planted, but Doc's is ranged. So as long as you can hit the shot, you can heal them.
I would put him A. I don't think he belongs in S, if I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah, no, he's not an S tier.
Because he's not like it's not like, if you're an attacker and you see a Dr. Sins, it's not like you're going to be like, oh, god damn it, this shit's going to be fucked. You know? It's not like a Jackal. It's not like a Jackal or something like that, or even a Lion. So, yeah, I'd say... I would say A. I would say A. What do you think?
I'd say A, mainly. Another reason I would say A as well is because he can revive himself.
Yeah, he's also fucking slow, so that's another reason.
He's a very big. He's an anchor, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Next one, Rook. Rook. What Rook does is he sets down a whole bunch of armor for the defenders, and if you get it basically is a guarantee that if you get low enough, you'll get knocked before death. Correct?
Not anymore.
It's not
anymore.
Okay.
No, now it gives you an extra 20 health.
Okay, well now it gives you an extra 20 health. So
if we're going based on how he was before, which we're not.
Well, we're not though.
Yeah, I would say A, but just because it just gives you that little bit boost of health now, I wouldn't even put him at A. I'd say probably with Castle at C, because his loadout's the exact same as Dr. Sin's.
I think his gun is better. I think he has one of the best guns in the game. They might have the same gun, but they have a different scope though.
I think it's the same actually.
Is it the same? I thought I thought that he had a better one, but I might be mistaken.
I might be
I thought he had a 2.5, but maybe not.
No. There's rarely ever any attackers nowadays with a 2.5.
Could have sworn he did. All right. Well, I know he has a good gun though, regardless. But with that being said, though, he's really not that useful. So I agree with you. We'll put him in C. But he's not like a bad op though, and he's a good starter op. Someone that will help your team really quickly.
I hate to bring this up, but he was one of your starting ops.
Yeah, no, he was. The next one, very interesting one to say the least. Fuze. Now, when it comes to loadout, this guy probably has one of the bigger loadouts. And also, one of this guy's loadouts involves a shield. You can get a shield like Blitz, except it's a little bit different. It's more like a Monty shield that's lowered. Or you could get
just a riot shield.
Yeah, or you could get the LMG or AK-12, I think.
Yeah, just assault rifle then, yeah.
It's an AK. I think it's an AK-12. But
it's an AK-12.
Yeah, but what's really unique about him is his gadget, which is, I think, is it the cluster bomb? Is that what it's called?
Cluster charge.
Cluster charge.
I called it a cluster bomb before, but it's the cluster charge.
The cluster charge, which fires off, I think, 5 grenades into a room, and he has 4 of them. So he's definitely an interesting one. If anyone plays him during hostage, and that shit's you might as well just you might as well just he's useless if you play hostage. But if on most other scenarios like bomb or whatever, if you want to like try and get people start running around and get exposed, he's really good, and I feel like he may be even a little bit underrated in that aspect. Because most people just focus on trying to blow everyone up on the inside and not like try and get them to run around and, you know, go crazy.
Yeah, plus, on the other hand, he can now go through reinforcements.
Yeah, I think I would honestly put him on S, because I think he's really unique. What's your opinion?
Yeah, you'll get no argument from me. He's an S tier. If you can play him really good, you can wipe entire teams with that cluster charge.
Yeah, and one of his other gadgets is, I think he also has a hard breach that you can choose from as well. And
breach charges.
It's actually. Oh wait, no, it's both. I believe. I'm pretty sure you can choose between 2 breach charges or 1.
3 breach charges, 1 hard breach.
Okay, 3 breach, and actually no, I think it's 2 now because Monty has 2 now, I believe. Yeah, okay. S. Now. Yeah. Next one.
This is another one we're gonna disagree on. I already know that.
Well, you might actually be a little bit surprised. Glaz, the first sniper in the game. This guy has a very interesting scope. Not necessarily an interesting rifle because, I mean, his rifle, I guess, is kind of cool, you know. But his scope is really what makes him him. His scope allows him to see through smoke. It allows him to... Well, obviously, it's one of the longest viewing scopes in the game besides Callie's.
That and he can see heat.
Yeah, he can also see the enemy team he can see the enemy team. But yeah, no, you can spot the enemy team the easiest as well with this scope. However, with that being said, he does not have... Okay, his pistol doesn't matter. He spawns... You can choose between, I believe, grenades... Well, smokes or grenades, I think. Or is it something else? It was smokes and something else. And
smoke grenades and stun grenades, I think.
Oh, stun grenades, okay. And pretty much anyone that plays them plays with smoke grenades, which obviously benefits him. Because if you lay down, throw smoke, and then someone pops out, you can headshot them and get them big mad. However, I think that there's a lot of problems with his gun. Because from a distance, in my perspective, I've clearly headshot people quite a few times, and this isn't me even like being salty. Anyone that's played him probably will agree with me when I say it takes like 5 shots to the dome to fucking actually hit. The bullet spread, I feel, is a little bit fucked up with him, and it's not as straightforward as it could be, or as realistic, or even
I think it's mainly
even working.
recoil.
No, it's not even the recoil. It's like the scope isn't super clear to what defines a headshot. Like, you know the scope that has see this part, the middle part right here?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's actually, a lot of the times, it's hard to define if you're actually pointing at the head. And in Siege, people move a lot, especially if they're on defenders. And if you're slightly off of the head, or if you're slightly onto the head in this case, and you shoot, sometimes the game won't register, and it will actually be slightly to the left or slightly off the head if you're slightly on the head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'll screw you over. Another.
So I think his gun needs a slight... I think his gun needs to be looked at. Not necessarily nerfed, but just maybe fixed when it comes to bullet spread, you know? And actually being able to hit the fucking person correctly. Now, let me say one more thing about him. There's been a few maps that have been reworked, such as Bank, which he used to be a go-to for me and a lot of other people, because you could snipe people through the window. But Ubisoft decided to fuck us all over by closing all the windows, along with one of the windows on the Seaside map, which I can't remember the name of. And with the map reworks, like I just said a second ago, a lot of the windows are closed, so he's not as useful in spotting people from a distance. And with that being said, he's not that useful in general anymore, for the most part. Now, he's still useful depending on the scenario, but before all the reworks, I probably would have put him on an A, but now I'd probably put him on a C.
Yeah, I'd say C as well.
Yeah, I just don't... I think Ubisoft has fucked him over when it came to map reworks, so... Or did I say reworks? I meant reworks. Fuck me. I'm tired. Next one. Tachanka. Now, of course, we're talking about new Tachanka. Not old Tachanka. The gun, of course, is what defines him. And I think when it comes to, like, having a gun that just breaks everything, it's pretty cool. You know? As well as having a secondary. Or not secondary, but, like, the ability to shoot, was it flame grenades?
Yeah, it's like an incendiary grenade, yeah.
You can shoot incendiary grenades with him as well. He's not like a super big game changer, but his gun is pretty good. It's probably one of the best guns in the game when it comes to destroying everything, when it comes to little recoil, when it comes to a nice magazine. And, yeah, that's really all he's known for, though. Besides that, there's nothing special about him. I would probably put him in either B or A. Like, either really low A or B. Because he can really defend against Monties with the flame grenades. And again, his gun's really good. But besides that, it's not, like, super good. So I'd probably say B, maybe. Maybe even C. I'm kind of, like, unsure with this one.
Again, I've been a Siege player since a little after Chimera. So nowadays, he's a lot better. But, again, his pick rate's pretty low for a reason. So I'd say B.
So, wait, B or D?
B.
Okay. Yeah, and his pick rate's another thing as well. Like, I feel like there's a reason a lot of people don't play him that much. Besides him just having a crazy gun, you know? Next one, Kapkan. Kapkan. So basically what Kapkan does is he can put nail traps on the sides of doors, and if someone walks past the nail traps, they blow up, and they cause a lot of damage. And lately, with one of the newest updates, you can put, if you choose, all of your traps on one door. So, I mean, do the math. The more traps on a door, the more damage you'll take. You could kill people with like 3 of those traps on one door, or at least down them. And he's also really essential at times when it comes to last minute plays. So like if an attacker is like trying to rush site last second, he probably won't look for those traps and he'll get blown up.
Yeah, unless you're playing someone like IQ, you can see them.
Yeah, but even with IQ, if you're an attacker and it's like a last minute rush, then you probably won't be looking out for them.
No.
Now, with that being said, he has a really good gun as well, which is actually Tachanka's another AR Tachanka can choose from besides his like known AR. Kapkan's AR is really, really good. I feel a little underrated actually. It has practically zero recoil. I think it has a decent magazine in it. Yeah, it's just really good. Everything else that he has, like pistol obviously doesn't matter, but I think he comes with impacts. And do you remember the other one?
I don't remember the second
I don't
one.
remember the second one
I think
either.
it's barbed wire. I think it's barbed wire, but I might be wrong.
Might be barbed. Oh wait, is it shield? No, it's not shield.
No, he doesn't have a shield.
I'd probably put him on A if I'm gonna be honest, because he's a really easy defender to play. I mean, we kind of already explained it. What would you say?
Yeah, I'd say A as well.
Next one, Johnny Sin's Blitz, the second attacker shield. I mean, besides Fuze optionally. Alright, technically third attacker shield on this list. Now, what he does is his shield is much smaller than Johnny Sin's Monty. And if you don't want to get hit, you're going to have to be crouched and at a certain angle if you don't want to, take damage. But what's unique about him is his shield. He's probably another huge rusher besides Ash.
Because he can flash.
Because I think he's a 2-speed, right?
He's 2-2, yeah.
Yeah, he has a 2-speed. He runs in and people panic and they automatically shoot above the torso to try and get a headshot in, which they can't when he's holding the shield up really high. And when he's close enough, he can flash people with the shield and blind them for about maybe 3 to 5 seconds. Or, something like that. And then he can either kill them with the pistol or melee them and knock them and then knock them again and kill them. And he's really OP if you know how to play him. He doesn't come with anything super unique. Maybe breach charge, and obviously he has a pistol. Maybe you could choose between revolver, but you need to know how to play him if you want to be good with him. Because if you don't know how to play him, people can just shoot your feet and kill you really quickly. I'd probably put him B if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I'm agree with you on that one.
Yeah, enough said. Now IQ, we were kind of talking about her a little bit. Another attacker that's 3-speed. She has a what's the gun called? I forgot. It was the AUG. She has the AUG. And it has a really good scope on it. She comes with claymores. She has she has a pistol that you can put a silencer on, which is really good if you're trying to be stealthy. And she's definitely, now that I actually said that, she definitely feels like a stealthy attacker op. And her whole job is to gather intel, look for electronics and stuff like that. And she has a gadget that does all of that. In my opinion, I don't think she's that useful. I think she's kind of shit, if I'm gonna be honest. Because
personally, yeah, this is probably one of the ones I can say I am very much
you might want to list
biased for.
You might want to say why she's really good, because I think she's trash for the most part besides T-Hunt. So yeah, you might.
The biggest reason I prefer IQ over most of the other rushers is A, she's quick because she's a 3-speed, and then B, I can see enemy gadgets through walls. And in maps, when the enemy has like a mute or something, she's very useful for spotting the containers.
Yeah, no, I understand that. It's her intel. I feel like a lot of the gadgets spotted, like mute jammers, for example, people will already figure out are there through the drone phase. When it comes to like finding the bomb or not, let's just use the bomb for this example. I feel like it's a very rare case you'll have an IQ that will find the bomb if you're not able to find the bomb on drones, you know? And the only real good use for IQ that I can see when it comes to scanning electronics is seeing maybe Valcams, maybe, which usually I don't see that as being a priority. But the big ones that I can see as being a priority for her to spot are Kapkan traps. And now, well, can you spot thorn traps?
Yes.
Thorn traps, that's another one.
Anything electronic. The only traps she cannot spot are frost ones.
But I just don't see it as being like a high much needed operator, you know?
Yeah.
That is like super unique. Like the only good use I see with her is she's quick and has a good gun, you know?
Yeah.
I would put her in C, if I'm gonna be honest.
I honestly.
I'm waiting for
prefer-
your opinion.
I'd prefer her in B. But again, that's just me being biased because I do main IQ.
I'm gonna stick with C because the other two, Rook and Castle, also have really good weapons, but their abilities aren't really that good. You know, the ones above, Thermite, Twitch, Tachanka, and Blitz, they can be useful, but if they aren't useful, then there's usually someone else can do their job for them. You know what I mean? With IQ, I think pretty much everyone could do her job for her. It would just be a little bit harder, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm standing on C.
Fine. I'll give on this one.
I gotta stand on C because I just don't see any. I mean, yeah, like my argument.
Yeah.
Next one, Bandit. Bandit, before Cade, he was the only operator that could electrocute reinforced walls. He has 4 batteries. He can electrocute. Actually, wait. Let me specify a little more. Reinforcement walls, barbed wire. Anything else? I can't remember.
Sorry, shields. He can electrocute shields.
Yeah, shields. I forgot about that. Yeah, before Cade, he could do all that. I mean, he can still do all that, but like now Cade is kind of the extra reinforcer protector, you know what I mean? Electrifying walls and all that shit. However, a lot of the times Bandit's still used as like if you're playing a site that is very open and that has like a lot of soft walls, you might get a Bandit with a Cade, you know, just for a little bit extra protection. His gun, I can't remember what the gun is called. He has I think he has an SMG, is that correct?
Yes. So with defenders, all defenders except a few have SMGs. The only ones with assault rifles are Maestro has an LMG, Thunderbird has a assault rifle, Jäger has an assault rifle. The rest have submachine guns.
Yeah, I tend to call a lot of the guns SMG. I mean ARs instead of SMGs, but his is more obvious, so that's I guess why I thought of it SMG over AR. But anyway, his SMG's okay. It's not like super good, but it's all right. He comes with barbed wire, obviously. He comes with something else. A nitrocell. Is he 3-speed? I can't remember.
No, he's 2.
Okay, 2-speed. I'm gonna be honest. Like before, he was super useful, I feel. But now that Cade's here, who is an upgraded version, a slower but upgraded version of him, I feel like he belongs more in maybe the B tier or C tier, because that's really the only use for him. He's a backup.
I'd say backup.
Okay, but which one, B or C, do you think? Because I'd say like low B.
Yeah, low B but still B.
But his gadget's still extremely useful. So, next one, Jäger. Now Jäger is actually kind of. This one's going to be a little bit tricky with me deciding, but with Jäger though, Jäger comes with I can't remember his gun name, but he comes with an AR. He comes with a really unique gadget that is ADS, which basically if you throw a grenade in a room, it will shoot the grenade and
not just grenades.
All
Nomad
grenades.
Gadget, Ash's gadget.
Wait, really? I didn't know that. Seriously?
Yep. Ying's grenade.
Okay, so
Ying's
projectiles. Besides
Correct.
fuses, unless you have like all of them in the same room, maybe.
It will block a few of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Only a few.
Yeah, but basically it's an anti-projectile weapon, and it will shoot projectiles, and it will deny, like, let's say there's a Glaz trying to break into site, and he uses a flashbang to try and cover himself. If the flashbang is close enough to the ADS, it will shoot it, and then Glaz has no flashbang. That's really all it is. In addition, I think Jäger's a 3-speed, or is he 2 now?
He's 2.
God damn it, man! They're fucking all these up. He has an alright gun. It has a little bit of recoil. It's not like the worst gun, but I don't feel like it's the best gun. And I think he's mainly unique for his weapon, though. I mean, not his weapon, his gadget. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
With that being said, I would say maybe B or even C. No, B. Well, number one, there's a lot. He's not used nearly as much as he used to be used, you know? And didn't he also used to be a 3-speed?
He used to be a 3-speed, I think, before...
I think his gun may have been a little bit better, too.
Yeah, I think when Flores came around, he was... No, not even Flores. I think it was when Aruni came around, they swapped him to 2-speed.
Yeah, he's one of the ops, I think, that got a little bit fucked up from Ubisoft.
A little.
Okay, well, I don't know enough about, like, how he used to be. You'd be more knowledgeable than me on that. But
before Operation Chimera, he literally had an ACOG.
Okay, yeah, they removed his ACOG too. I forgot about that. But yeah, no, his gadget's literally the only reason he's useful. So I'd probably put him on B because you don't really need him. He's just kind of nice to have sometimes.
Yeah,
and it also depends on the map too that you're playing on.
Another thing I would say about Jäger compared to like Wamai is Wamai the grenade will still go off. With Jäger, it will not.
Yeah. Next one, Buck. So what's special about Buck is he has an alright AR, but his AR also acts as a secondary shotgun. A shotgun that has limited ammo. It's not like, I think it has like, what, 40 shots or something like that. And it's a really powerful shotgun. It comes with stun grenades or I think maybe breach charges. And that's pretty much it with him. So basically he's like a really... If you wanted to break through a wall real quick or just make a little opening to shoot people through insanely fast, or if someone's rushing you from a corner, you could just go into shotgun mode and shoot them and do a lot of damage and kill them, you know, versus using the AR. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
He's not like the most useful. He's more like, I guess, useful for breaking through walls and hatches and stuff like that for attackers. With that being said, I put him on C.
Yeah, I'd say C.
So, yeah, we're going to put him on C. Next one, Frosty Poo, one of my mains that I love with a passion. Frost, she is very unique because she comes with 3 frost mats. If a attacker lands on any of them, they will slowly bleed to death unless their teammate helps save them. However, while they're down, they can easily be shot and killed. Now, with Frost, besides that, she also has a really, really good gun. I don't remember the name of it. And she also has a not a super shorty, but she has a sawed-off shotgun as well. Or maybe it's like a, I guess maybe it is a super shorty, you know. She's really good, and she also has a shield. So if you put a shield down in the doorway and put the frost mat in front of the shield, if there's a noob that doesn't know about frost mats, and then they'll just easily fall on it, you know. I would put her A because she's really good. She's a little slow, but besides that, I think she's a really, really good op.
Yes. And plus, her gadget can only be detected when you see it or you are on it.
Yeah, alright. I thought we'd have more to say with her, but I guess enough said. Oh boy,
there's a lot more to go.
Yeah, and oh boy, this next one's gonna be a doozy. BlackBeard.
I'm really holding back right now. And
yep, me too. Me too.
So immediately, I'm just gonna say this E.
So before we rate him, BlackBeard is only unique because he has a shield on his gun that can easily be broken. If you shoot the shield one time, it breaks. So really, it's only good in a marksman fight. That's really it. That's literally the only reason it could be useful. The gun is terrible. The AR gun he has is dog shit with the recoil. He's slow as hell, and I think he's fucking terrible in general, all around. So yeah, I would say E. There's a reason why he's not used, really.
No, he's literally just shit.
No, he's shit. Like there's nothing good about him, really. There's nothing good about him. Next one, Valk. So what she does, and she's one of my mains as well that I like to play sometimes. You're able to throw 3 custom cameras around the map wherever you want, including outside once the attack phase begins. And that's the only camera that you can throw outside and spot the enemy team, possibly.
Yeah. Did they change that?
No.
I'm not sure
no,
they did.
They did not change that.
Oh, okay.
The only thing that's changed is you can throw it during. You can only throw it during attack stage, not defense stage. She has a really good gun, a really good AR. She can come with nitro cell or impact. I think she's a 2-speed. I don't think she's a 3-speed. I feel like she's really good for collecting intel and spotting enemies that think they're safe but really aren't. They're being watched from a bird's eye view from Valk. So she's really an intel grabber, you know. I would say A. I can't think of a reason that she's that unique to put an S, but she definitely isn't a B. I think we can agree on this one, right? Or would you disagree?
I'd put her on... Honestly, with Valk, I can't really say too much because I don't play Valk. But just having her on a team, though, is very useful just because of the extra cams. And they have the ability to hide as long as one of your teammates doesn't hard ping. Yeah, if her camera could shoot, then yeah, it would be an S, but I would say
it's not a 0 cam, so. Capitão. Now, he can come with an actually pretty good AR or an LMG, which both of his guns are pretty good. But what really makes him unique is he has a crossbow that can shoot fire and can shoot 2 smokes. Well, 2 fire and 2 smokes. I think he comes with claymore and maybe grenades or something like that. I don't play him ever. But with that being said, there's actually a lot of people that do play him, but I can never really see him being that useful, if I'm going to be honest. I would probably put him as D, because I just can't see his use, really, you know? Yeah, that's really all I have. I really don't see his use for the most part. Maybe he could help Glaz out a little bit, but that's really it. Cavi. If this one isn't an S, I don't know what the fuck else would be an S. Now, Cav, what she's unique with is she has a pistol, a silencer pistol. She has...
It's probably one of the only operators that sidearm comes automatically silenced.
Yeah, besides maybe Echo. And Dokkaebi's... Yeah. And Dokkaebi's SMG-11. Or SMG-12. But anyway, so... Cav, she comes with the pistol. And you either have the choice in... a silence pistol. Let's be specific. And you have the choice choosing between a really good shotgun... or a decent AR, or I don't know what gun that actually is. It could be SMG, but I'm pretty sure it's an AR. Oh, I don't fucking know. But anyway, moving on. So, what's really unique about her and game changing is if she downs someone with her pistol, which her pistol is made to down people, not kill them immediately, unless you, like, you know, put an extra bullet in their head. She can interrogate them and reveal the location of the other teammates. And that's a game changer. So I don't think there's any argument with her being an S, if you know how to play her.
Yeah, you have no argument for me on that one.
Hibana. Now, this is one you might be biased towards as well.
Easily.
So what Hibana does is she's like Thermite, except she can blow like littler bits and pieces off a reinforced wall. She could blow like... What?
I'm really holding myself back from saying something again.
No, shut up. You are not adding cringe to this video. Me stuttering enough is already cringe.
And then me barely talking at all.
What do you mean barely talking at all? I'm telling you to talk, motherfucker. Man!
I know, you're telling me to talk. And I'm not really staying... No,
well then speak up then, man.
Okay, fine.
Man, don't... Come on.
Anyway,
but yeah, the gadget you can blow through certain much smaller durations of the reinforcement walls. You could still blow the whole thing off, but like you can kind of choose which sides you want to blow, you know. And she's pretty useful in that aspect. Like you could get like a really good angle going if you blow the right side, you know, of the reinforcement.
Yeah, the only downside with Hibana, I'll say, is when you're blowing a hole, you have to use, I think it's 6 pellets just to get, not even 6, like 12 to get a hole big enough for you to crawl into. She doesn't have a whole lot of those. She's got like 18 pellets. I might be wrong about that though.
Yeah, but I feel like Hibana though is more used for like just making a hole to get everyone on the defender team to be paranoid of someone possibly rushing from that side and shooting people, you know, as well as you know, shooting people through, obviously. But I can say another downside with her is her AR has such a little clip. It's so small. It's like 21 rounds. I don't like the gun at all. I think it's shit. Len, you might disagree with me on that. I'm not going to use it against her in this case, but...
I only like her guns, and here it's kind of hit or miss with the guns, literally. Because it's only got 21 rounds to the magazine, so it's a really tiny mag, high rate of fire, and high damage. So as long as you nail your shots, you can easily take out 2 or 3 people with one magazine.
Yeah.
But the recoil is also a little bit on the hard side, so you just have to be able to control it. What's
she come with? Flashbangs, right?
Flashbangs and breach charges.
Okay, cool. But yeah, no, I got nothing else to say for her, if I'm gonna be honest. Now, she's one of the ops that could be a replacement for Thermite. Not the best replacement, but a replacement. I'd probably put her at B, to be honest, or maybe even a C, because her loadout's terrible. It's just trash. But her gadget is useful enough where I think it could make B. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, it's fair.
Okay.
I'd say fair on that one.
Next Asian op, Echo.
Echo.
This one on Defender. Now this one's actually really cool because while I don't really like Echo's gun, which is also a gun that, well, if you're using the AR, that gun has an automatic silencer on it, as well as a lot of recoil. So I don't like the gun. I think it's shit. But he does have a decent loadout. He comes with a shield if you choose to take that. And he comes with, his ability is 2 Echo drones. The 2 Echo drones, you can drive them around the map as long as they're not outside. If you take them outside, then they'll get removed from the match. But with the Echo drones, they're like regular drones, except they're hovering, and you can put them on the ceiling and so on and so forth. And you can also shoot people with them, except it won't do any damage. It will kind of act like an Elemine, you know, just disorientate them.
Yeah,
and
Elemines don't do that anymore.
I think they do that still.
It just no, yeah, you're right, it does. It just doesn't slow them down anymore.
But it kind of freaks people out a little bit when you get shot with them. And especially if you're planting, you can keep shooting them to the point where they'll probably have to shoot the Echo drone in order to even plant, you know?
Yeah. I'm also say this with Echo. They nerfed him really badly. To the point where beforehand his drones used to go invisible. Now they don't. I would think that if he still had the option for his drones to become invisible, he would work a lot better. But the great thing is, even if they are invisible, they're small and thin, so they're kind of hard to see if you're not looking very well.
I don't see a problem really with them not being invisible. Like, I think they're already hard to see. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I think he's pretty cool though. But again, his gun, there's people that can control it obviously a lot better than me. I probably would put him on A because you can take the drones anywhere with you.
Except outside, of course.
Yeah, except outside, of course, unlike Val. So yeah, you can literally, if you were to look for the last attacker and they're just hiding somewhere, running around, and you'll know where they are, you can just take the Echo drone instead of, you know, picking your fat ass up to go and try and find them. So I'd put her on. I put her on A.
Yeah, the other downside with Echo is, I don't know if you brought this up, but his speed, he's a 3 armor.
No, I didn't bring that up. No, he's a fat ass.
He's a 1 speed.
I mean, that's kind of why I call him a fat ass. So, and he's loud too.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with this real quick.
Yes.
This is gonna be a joke. It will be racist if Crush said it, but not me. And that's,
well, you're Asian, so you can.
Orange chicken, yeah. He had too much orange chicken and sushi.
Oh, he's Asian.
You don't have to beep that either. I am Asian.
Yeah, I know. This. I know. Anyway, A, obviously.
Yeah.
All right.
Cut down the orange chicken. He'll be an S.
Next one, Jackal. Jackal. Good guns.
Foot fetish. That's it. Foot fetish.
Okay, no, we're gonna do a little more explaining than that. So with Jackal, he can scan people's footprints, or if you want to be a real big dickhead, follow the footprints. And which, yeah, Lenny's gotten real pissed off from people doing that to him as Jackal.
More than once.
But yeah, he's pretty cool though, because you can literally see if people have been in the same room as you at one point in time. And yeah, if you scan them, you can find their exact coordinates once every, I think, 3 seconds, 4 times. Is that right?
Okay, so this is one thing I don't get with Jackal, and that's the amount of times he can scan is very odd, to the point where sometimes I'll get scanned by him and it does it 3 times, sometimes it gets scanned and it does it 4, and I've had one occasion where it did it 5. Either way, it's annoying.
Yeah, he's very annoying, and he and Lion are probably one of the best duos ever, because you need to be running around if you get Jackal scanned, but with Lion, if you run around, you'll get scanned, so you get fucked regardless. But
yeah, that's actually the anti-roamer duo. It's Lion and Jackal. That's like the ideal anti-roamer duo.
Yeah, but Jackal has really good. He has a really good loadout. He has fuck, what's it called? Claymore. He has, I think, something else, breach charge or something else.
Smokes.
Okay, smokes are whatever, but breach charge is really good. But yeah, both his AR is decent in my opinion, but his Draco drum gun, which I can't remember the name of, is really good. Thing. I fucking love that gun. Seriously, it has a big clip and has very little recoil. He also has a sawed-off shotgun or super shorty, which is also used for.
Not the super shorty, but.
I got what you're saying. Yeah. But anyway, so I think he's super useful though, and I think there's a reason that he gets banned a lot now on ranked. Now, with that being said, just because he's banned on ranked, I don't think that makes him like top of the list. You know, because we're kind of putting these people on like an insanely high pedestal. Can't even say that right.
Yeah.
I'd put him on A. I'd put him on A, just
because, again, troll op.
Yeah, and he's not even used that much anymore, if I'm going to be honest.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
No, I mean as much as like I think he should be used, you know.
Yeah. Like I'm a roamer. Most of the time when I'm defending, I'm roaming, and I hate Jackals.
Yeah, no, he's the enemy. He's the enemy of roamers, especially Cav.
The most satisfying thing as a roamer is being Jackal checked and immediately putting your entire magazine through Jackal's head.
Anyway, next one, Mira. Basically, Mira. This one's pretty simple to understand. Mira can put her.
One-way mirrors.
She can put her one-way mirror on reinforcement.
Window.
Yeah, window. On reinforcement walls or non-reinforcement walls, or sorry, soft or hard reinforced walls.
Yeah.
And she's super useful because obviously you could see the enemy and they can't tell if you're watching them through the Mira window or not. And Mira also, I don't understand how people are able to do this, but she can like, if you hold the Mira, I don't want to say mirror, that sounds fucking retarded. Mirror window, and you like sit somewhere. It's insane how many people think you're a statue. Now, with that being said, her gun's decent. I don't remember what gun it is. It's AR with a big.
Vector.
Okay, yeah, it's
a submachine gun again. Yeah, it's the Vector.
Okay, yeah. SMG. It's a decent gun, not anything special that much. She also has another secondary shotgun, which lets her make rotate holes and all that. And she has a C4 or something else, maybe impacts or something. I don't fucking remember. Oh wait, no. Actually, I do remember. It's C4 or it's the noisemaker. What's it called?
Proc alarm.
Yeah, that. Now, the downside with her mirrors is you can easily disable them. You just hit them. However, what is cool is if an enemy destroys your mirror, or if you just don't want the window there anymore, you're able to break it. You're able to shoot the what's it called, Lenny? You're able to shoot
pressure gog.
You're able to shoot the pressure gog, and it falls off, and you can shoot people through the window. However, people can shoot you back, so you better be careful.
The one thing I will say here, this is going back to Twitch a little bit. Twitch can break those open too.
Yeah.
It's funny to piss off mirrors that way.
Yeah, now when it comes to her, if she's like a good attacker or not, she's kind of fucking slow. She's really an anchor, I feel. She's an anchor. However, it all depends on how you play her, I think. She can be really, really OP if you know how to play her right. With that being said, is she super useful? I would put her in the B category.
I'd say B as well.
Because you can disable her shit, and it's not like there's other. like you can like use Valk for example and throw a camera in another room versus like a Mira window, and it's like the same thing. So yeah, we're gonna put. Oh wait, whoops, I meant to put in B. There we go. But yeah,
Ying.
Yin Yang, the one op I feel is more underrated than anyone on this list. Yeah.
So I'm gonna just go out on the limb. Here's the thing with her Candela's flashbang. It's like just the flashbang she's immune to. On top of that, flashbang she's immune to. Plus, it can go through soft walls if you place it on them.
So let's explain it from start to finish.
Timed it.
So
they're timed.
Okay, but let's explain it from start to finish. Basically, Ying, like Lenny said, she has a Candela that can shoot. It's kind of like Fuze a little bit, except it's with flashbang grenades. And if you want to blind people in a room, she's your best bet to do that. And you can plant a Candela on soft walls, or you could just throw them.
Players.
You're also able to hold them and throw them and make them ignite at a certain time. Like if you just throw them right off the bat, they probably take about 5 seconds to or not 5, maybe like 3 to 5 seconds to fully ignite. But if you wait like if you wait like 2 to 2.5, 3 seconds and then throw it, immediately like goes off. So it's all about how you play her. And she also has arguably one of the best guns with 0 recoil or almost 0 recoil in the game.
And
as well as
LMG.
Yes, and it has a huge magazine. And you can also reload it super quick too. She also comes with I think a hard breach and or I think or smokes, yeah. I think she's really good and underrated. But with that being said, let's rank her now.
Hey.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I think she belongs in B. Okay, look, if it's a small room like the house map, it's hard to not get blinded by her Candela. But I think if it's like a more open room, you're easily able to dodge that shit. And could Jäger traps or ADSs counter that?
Yes.
I guess that's another reason. So I would put in B.
Yeah,
I'll
say B as well. Yeah, go ahead and put in B.
Yeah. Lesion, Lenny's brother. Lenny's brother. Basically what Lesion does is he throws goo mines on the ground, and if you step on the goo mine, you get a needle in your leg, and you have to pull it out, and it probably... Alright, ankle. Whatever. Same fucking thing. It takes about 3 seconds, I think, to pull out, and it's a pain in the ass. And...
Yeah. Because it also slows you and damages you.
With that being said, obviously, it's meant to slow the enemy down. He also comes with an Is it an SMG?
It's an SMG.
Yeah, SMG. That time I got it. SMG, basic pistol, impacts, and what else?
I think barbed wire for his.
Alright, barbed wire.
But I might be wrong on that. And then his goo mines are also invisible.
Yeah, they're invisible unless you're him or I think defenders.
Defenders can see where they are, but they also can't trigger them.
Yeah, they can't trigger them either.
And IQ can see them.
I think, now I'm gonna be honest, I think he's really cool and unique. Now, how useful is he during like an attack? I would put him at a really high B, if I'm gonna be honest.
I would say that because he's great situational.
Oh, and also one more thing. When you trigger the goo mine, you can't sprint.
Yeah, I said that slows you.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't.
On top of that, it's loud when it goes off.
I actually take that back because I forgot about that. And yeah, I'm actually changing my mind because you can hear even if you're not Lesion, the goo mine go off, and it does provide intel. So I'll go A. Yeah, I think his gun isn't the best, but I think his goo mines do give a lot of intel and do slow the enemy down. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm saying another reason for A, and I think you'll know this one personally, is Monty.
Yeah, Monty's.
Do I have to say anything?
If a Monty goes over it, he will have to lower his shield to remove it, or else he dies.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't have
one
to
of
say anything else other than that.
Him and Smoke are probably the most annoying operators you'll ever deal with if you're a Monty main. Anyway, let's move on. Zofia. Oh my god. Yeah, how has she fallen? She has fallen quite a bit. Zofia, you can basically what she does is she has a similar weapon. Yeah, she has like a kind of a combo of what Ashe has along with what Ella has. And she can fire dildo mines. I don't actually remember what they're called, so I'm just calling them dildo mines.
So for her, it's considered a concussive grenade. Pretty much does the same thing as an Ella thing, but it goes off immediately. And then her second one is smokes.
So what?
She can also fire smoke grenades.
So yeah. So what that does is it it doesn't blind the enemy, but it disorientates them. And
Like an Ella mine.
yeah, so it's harder to shoot and all that for a couple seconds. And she also, like I previously said, basically has an Ashe type of not rocket launcher, but kind of what's it called? It's
Grenade launcher.
It's a grenade launcher, but it's kind of more discreet, I feel. It's a lot quieter. It's a lot quieter and it's quicker. It's immediate as well.
And swapping between them, all she does is flip the barrel.
Yeah. Zofia and Ella and Malusi, who all have the same pistol, actually have one of the best pistols in the game. 0 recoil for the most part.
0.
Man, shut up. I did not mean to do that shit. Anyway, but yeah, no, they have really good pistols, and you can choose between Zofia's AR, which has quite a bit of recoil, but if you can aim it right, it's pretty good. But I prefer her LMG, which has like 0 recoil, and it's pretty good. Only downside is you don't have an ACOG, but with current Zofia, what she used to have, which she doesn't have anymore, is a withstand ability. If she would go down and start bleeding to death, she'd be able to withstand it and pick herself back up. But Ubisoft, being the dipshits that they are, removed it. So with that being said,
Tachanka even used to be able to do that.
yeah. So with that being said, easy C for me, because she's not like Ashe, who's super fast. You know, she's 2, I think, 2 speed. And quite frankly, I just don't really see the use in her anymore.
Yeah, I'll say this real quick. For attackers, the only 3-speed attackers we've already covered. The rest of the attackers now are 2 or 3.
What about Nook?
Nook is 2.
Oh, really? Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, Nook is 2.
Okay, moving on. Ella, the sister of Zofia, the sexy sister of Zofia.
Literally my only defender. My defender main.
You want to do the You want to do this one?
Yeah, so she comes equipped with the Scorpion EVO 3A1 SMG, which very low damage. Yes, very low damage. But here's the catch with it: very low damage, high recoil, but the recoil is fairly easy to contain,
big clip,
control. Right? Yeah, 41 rounds to the magazine. And here's the thing: it has a rate of fire of 1,050 rounds a minute. So it fires fast. What it makes up for in damage, what it lacks in damage, it picks up for in rate of fire. And easily, with one magazine, you can down 2 or 3 people and finish them off with a pistol, which Zofia, Malusi, and Ella all share the same pistol, as Crush stated beforehand. On top of that, her Gizmet Mines. I definitely mispronounced that. I think it's pronounced Grismut. Or Drisman.
It doesn't really matter, so.
I don't speak Polish. Yeah. Or what I like to call them, ice cream cones. She throws them on walls or ceilings, and when it has a
pretty big range. Pretty big range.
Oh, it has a pretty big.
It can cover a whole room, I think, right?
Small room.
A whole small room, man. But like, it's still huge. The range is huge.
Yes.
And also, it can it? I don't know if it can do this anymore, but can it take Monty's big shield and turn it into a little one, or no?
It doesn't do that. It never did that. What it does is it causes him to throw it to the side even more than if you meleeed him.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so what happens is if you were to hit Monty with a mine, it will cause him to pretty much throw it almost to 90 degrees from his body. So it pretty much exposes his entire torso.
Yes.
And you could just gun him down. Another thing with Ella, I have to say, though, is her secondary gadgets are very kind of useless for roaming because she has a deployable shield and barbed wire. So those you could kind of just throw around the objective room, help out your team before you start running off.
Which Lonnie doesn't do ever.
I do, I place them in useless spots just to piss you off.
Yeah, that doesn't help. That's why I say you don't help. Anyway.
Exactly.
So
I help in kills.
So this one's kind of more on you. Where would you rank her? Because she's not an
Again,
S. Let's be honest.
I'm really biased on her. Just because, on top of that, those things are loud when they go off. Do be aware of this. It's not quiet at all. So even if you're not near them, you will hear that thing from across the map go off.
I would put her at a B, but I'm gonna hear you out on this.
I'd say A, just because it's like Lesion. It's loud. On top of that, she has 3 of them, and they are mainly useful just because they only go off like Lesion. Lesion attacker has to step on them, and she's great. They're great for taking out shield ops because it causes them to throw them to the side instead of having to run up and risk being hit. You can just huck one next to them; it'll immediately go off, and then you could just gun them down.
Okay. All right, that's fair enough. I'll put an A. I think that's fair. Next one. This one is Dokkaebi. Dokkaebi, who has probably one of the worst loadouts, if not the worst loadout in the game, has probably one of the best abilities in the game, and which could be very considered most OP as well, depending on the map. Irritating. Basically, what Dokkaebi can do is she can hack phones if a defender dies. And once she hacks the phone, the attackers will have access to all the defender cameras, whether that be, default site cameras, Valkyrie cameras, Maestro cams, anything like that. I think everyone gets the point.
Yeah. Literally,
however,
an observation tool.
Yeah. However, what she can do right off the bat is she can hack the phones and cause them to ring for about, I'd say 30 seconds without
I think 45.
30 to 45 Yeah, 30 to 45 seconds before, well, assuming the defender doesn't turn the phone off when it starts ringing. But in order to, I think it takes the defender about 5 seconds to turn the phone off or to stop it from vibrating. And what that does, go on.
Yeah, I think it's about 5 seconds to turn it off manually. Otherwise, you have to wait it out. On top of that, again, just like Lesion and Ella, it's not quiet.
Especially if you're a Cav. If you're a Cav, this is one of the, for sure, top 2 operators you'll hate the most. Her and Jackal, I think, are probably the most hated.
Jackal, and Lion, in my opinion.
Not even Lion that much, because she could just stop for Lion. But she and Jackal would piss off Cavs like crazy. Because if a Cav was hiding in the other room and then Dokka does her thingy, then, Cav is revealed, pretty much.
Another thing with Dokkaebi, when she does her logic bomb, when the phones are ringing, IQ can see the phones through the walls.
Yeah, so Dokkaebi and IQ, that's probably one of the only, in my opinion, the only real uses IQ has, besides maybe looking for Kapkan traps, is because you can spot people when their phone is ringing.
Traps, mute jammers.
However, that isn't really used very often. So again, that's why IQ's placed in C. But anyway, Dokkaebi with the logic bomb and with her ability, I think she goes in S because there's nobody like her. The only counter you have when the vibrating phones happen is the mute jammer. That's literally the only counter.
Yeah, mute jammer.
Besides turning it off after 5 seconds. So.
Yeah. I would agree with her on S, but I would say S.
The only down part is her loadout is absolutely horrendous. The DMR is fucking terrible. I mean, it's okay if you know how to use it, but
if you can aim it.
And then of course there's the Boss G, which is trash all over. And then the SMG 11 or SMG 12, which is just a nightmare in itself, so. Which is definitely one of the highest recoiled guns in the game. Yes. But with her ability, S. Easily. Vigil. Now this one's also an interesting one because he comes with an AR and a...
No, it's an SMG.
Okay, SMG.
And the Boss G.
Yeah, and the Boss G. I don't know what other shit he has, but his ability allows him...
Wing packs and barbed, I think.
Okay, yeah, that. His ability's cool though because let's say in defender stage, he can turn invisible to drones. Is it just drones or is it like zero camps too, Lenny?
Any observation tool.
Yeah, but to be specific though, in defender stage, aka like the first, what is it, 30 seconds, he can become invisible to all drones. So if he wants to roam and hide somewhere and doesn't want a drone to see him, the drones can't see him. They can't see him. They might hear him move around, but that's about it.
On top of that, it causes that side effect on the screen, so you'll know he's there anyway. That's the downside.
Yeah, so you'll know he's an op on the enemy team, but you won't know where he is. So I think that's a pretty good return rate. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
So he's pretty OP if you know how to use him. And I know he has impacts, now that I think about it. He could be a big pain in the ass, because on some maps where there's breakable floor where he's standing on, and if there's a main entrance that's right underneath, he could just shoot people when they come in. And you wouldn't know he's there because he's invisible drones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he can be
The only
really...
way you'll...
Yeah, go on.
The only way you'll know he's there or in the immediate area is because of the drone effect.
Yeah. So he's actually really, really good. His SMG's okay. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's like meh, you know? But his ability,
His
I think...
primary SMG is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
That thing is... It's almost on the tier of any assault rifle.
Yeah, but basically this is the last guy, in my opinion, you want to be an anchor. You want this guy to be a roamer.
Yeah, and I believe he's a 3 speed, but I might be completely wrong.
I think he's 2, but I could be wrong as well. He's either 2 or 3. I wouldn't put him in S though, because there's just not enough people that play him the way I described. I would put him in A.
Yeah, A.
Next one, Lion. He has a really good AR. A really fucking good AR. Big clip. I think it's like a 70 clip on that shit.
Give or take, yeah.
It's around that. And his ability's cool. It's pretty much the exact opposite of Jackal. You need to be standing still if you don't want to be detected. If you're running around, you'll be detected. And
so
yeah.
Yeah, with this scan, you can crouch and lean and look around, but you just can't hit WASD.
With him, he's most critical, I believe, in the very beginning when the attack stage begins, and when, like, near the end, if, like, let's say a bomb is being planted, or not a bomb, like the diffuser is being planted at a bomb.
Yeah.
If you use his gadget around those times, that's the most effective because people are going to be panicking and running around and not giving a fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, his gun's pretty good. He comes with Claymore and I think Breach Charge. Or maybe not. Actually, no. I think he comes with Claymore and Stuns. Yes. So it's a decent loadout. I think he might be a little bit underrated now, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, he got nerfed pretty badly.
What happened with his nerf?
So beforehand, his scan used to last a lot longer, and then they nerfed it, and then they buffed it again. So they made the scan last a lot less time, but it had a faster charge time. And then now it's kind of almost back to when he came out, but the charge time is a little faster, and the scan time isn't as long. Beforehand, it used to scan for almost 5 seconds.
It is a little slow, yeah. I would put him...
3 seconds now.
Yeah, I would put him maybe B, because he's not like a must, you know? I think a Jackal would probably be better than him, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, can we agree with B?
I agree with B, but another thing I'll say in Lion's behalf on here is the fact that Lion also has the ability that if he's complemented by other operators, he's a really good addition to the team.
No, I agree. But I'm mainly saying...
being a dick. Like, here's the thing with him and Nomad. If Nomad's air jab hits a target and Lion scans, it'll detect that movement of them flying from the air jab.
Can we agree with B?
Alright. Yeah, I'll go with B.
Okay, Finka. This one...
Immediately. Only attacker healer. On top of that, her gadget makes it so your recoil is literally 0.
So, Finka... Yeah, let's talk about her for a second. She has an AR, which you confirmed earlier.
Yeah, she has.
She has an AR, basic like Lenny said, only attacker healer. If she can come with, I think, flashes and a hard breach. Or grenade, I don't remember. It's one of those.
I think it's flash and grenade.
Yeah. Her gun is pretty good for the most part. It's not as good as Lion's, who's in the same subdivision, but an attack group. But it's still pretty good. And when she uses her adrenaline, what's it called? Adrenaline. Lenny, what's it called?
It's an adrenaline boost.
Adrenaline boost. Like Lenny said, everyone's recoil is reduced to practically 0.
No, literally 0.
Okay, literally 0. I thought it was just close to 0, but yeah.
No, it's literally 0.
Yeah, and it heals. It used to not heal, I don't think.
Yeah, and then Thunderbird came out.
But she actually got a really good nerf, I feel. So
Buff.
I wasn't gonna put her on S, but I can see why you would put her on S. So yeah, we'll put her on S.
The reason I'm saying S is, again, only attacker healer.
One of my mains, not so much anymore, but for a while.
Used to be my main.
Alibi. What Alibi does is basically you can create replications of yourself, 3 to be exact at most. And if someone on the enemy team shoots your alibi mine or trap or whatever the fuck it's called, or it walks through or interacts in any way besides looking at them, they become revealed for 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a Jackal track.
The gun is decent. It has a little bit of recoil, but it's not that bad. It has actually a pretty big clip. Kind of like, almost, like it's not quite as big as Ying's, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of Ying's. She has a really nice secondary. She has the shotgun pistol, which is really, really nice. You can make holes easily with them. She also comes with a shield, so if you, let's say you place a shield down, then throw the duplicate in front of the shield. The only way you can tell, besides if the alibi trap is moving, is the feet. The feet will have metal connecting both feet together. But with the shield, you can't tell if there's, metal on the feet. So it will... Go for it.
One more way. And that's, if you look at the gun, no matter what gun Alibi is using, gun skin, the hologram will always have the SMG, no attachments, no gun skin.
Okay, I did not know that either. But yeah, that too. But yeah, she's kind of annoying. She's kind of basically she's made to make you think that she's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. You know what I mean? Yeah. With that said, though, I wouldn't put her S. I think she's kind of useful if like the enemy is panicking and just shooting shit. But I don't think she's like game changing. I think people could easily figure out which one's fake and which one's not. You know?
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna say B.
Yeah, I think B's useful. I think she has a good loadout though, but it's not like A material, you know.
Yeah.
Maestro, Max 12 himself. I'm not gonna say Maestro touches kids because I won't get sued.
No, but that also has the beeps. That's probably also gonna need to be beeped.
No, I'm not beeping that, but because I didn't actually call him it. I just said I wasn't calling him it. Anyway, enough of that. Maestro is a cool one. He's kind of like Valk, except his cameras can shoot. His cameras can shoot. You can't throw them. You can only place them on walls or like on the floor or something like that. What sucks with his cameras is the enemy can run up to it pretty easily and just hit it and blind the camera. And
yeah, but he can open it, but it does leave it vulnerable.
But when you open it to shoot, the camera is vulnerable and you can shoot the camera back and destroy it. But with his camera though, it's really useful against drones in my experience because you can shoot the drones and deny the enemy intel, and they're just a annoying thing to deal with, you know what I mean? In addition, Maestro also has an LMG, which is pretty nice. He also has the shotgun pistol like Alibi. He comes with barbed wire and something else. I can't remember what else. I think maybe impacts, but I could be wrong.
I think so.
But he's kind of a fun guy to play. He's a fun operator to play. But the only problem with him is he's really slow. That's the main downside with him. Yeah. I would probably put him.
I'd put him in B. honestly.
I would put him in A, to be honest. He'd probably be on the lower scale.
Think of it this way: he only has 2 of those turrets.
All right, I guess we could put him in B. I think he's a really high B though. He's probably one of the highest Bs on this list. Maverick. Basically, what Maverick does is he can make holes through. He can make holes through reinforced walls or soft walls.
Break hatches.
He can use that to break hatches, and he essentially has like a mini flamethrower, pretty much, to burn through all this shit.
Yeah, it's called a blowtorch.
Blowtorch. well, technically it is a mini flamethrower, but yeah, blowtorch, whatever. However, when it comes to everything else, he's pretty shit. He's fast. He might be a 3-speed. I can't remember.
2-speed.
2-speed. Okay.
He's 2.
His AR is okay. It's not like it's about as good as Buck's, I'd say.
Yeah.
His accessories besides that, I think, consist of like flashes and something else. I don't fucking remember. And frags. Man.
Nice job.
I don't care. I'm editing anyway. Besides that, though, he's not really useful. That's really all he's useful in. I would probably put him in. I would go as low as D if I'm gonna be honest, because he could be kind of useful, but he. No, actually, I take that back. C, because let's say there's a mute jammer blocking you from hard breaching. He could get rid of that mute jammer probably somewhat easily.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
And,
so.
Oh, on top of that, another thing. Yeah, put him in C or actually put him in C or B because.
I don't think he belongs C. I'm gonna be honest.
Here's the thing with C.
I mean B. Sorry.
Why I'm saying C is this. When it comes down to that blowtorch, unlike like Thermites, when blowing them down, you can hear it being broken. Ace, you can hear being broken. You can hear the reinforcement being blown. Hibana too. His dead quiet. All you hear is the slight sizzle. Quiet.
I still think he belongs C because they're.
That's why I said C.
Oh, you did? I thought you said B with it.
C.
Okay. B then. I mean, no. Fuck. What am I doing? C.
C.
What am I doing? God, I'm all
As
over.
long as record, we're gonna have to hurry this up a bit.
Clash. Now, Clash. Very annoying.
E.
Okay, well, hold on. First, we'll talk. Let's just talk through it real quick. So, Clash is the only defender with shields that. Well,
a full body with a riot shield.
With a primary that's a shield. This shield can electrocute enemies, slow them down, and it's very, very annoying to deal with. Her only gun is an SMG or a pistol, and she comes with barbed wire, and I can't remember the other one. Maybe a deployable camera.
I think, yeah, that or procs.
Yeah. No, it's not proc. She doesn't have
impact,
that.
Impact.
Yeah, impacts. Oh, yeah, it's impacts. And also, when you remove her shield and when she has her pistol out, her back is protected besides her feet. So that's actually a pretty cool feature with her. Now, what I will say is, even though she's a pain in the ass, if you're in a 1v1 with her and she's relying on her shield, you honestly could easily kill her if you just hit her shield. Because her shield goes so far to the side that her body is basically completely exposed for about like a second. Maybe, yeah, about a second.
Second and a half.
You definitely need to work as a team with her as a defender to kill the enemies. You can't rely on her just to take on the whole enemy team by herself, because she'll get fucked up. And I think, and she's also, like, grenades are also not her friend. I think we can all agree on that one.
Yeah. And going back to Ella Mines.
Yeah, Ella Mines. Well, yeah, from Zofia.
Yes.
But, yeah, B, because she's unique, but she's, like, not that good. She's kind of intimidating, but that's about it. But once you understand how she works, she's not that hard to defeat. Next one, Nomad. Nomad, what she does is she has 3 air jabs, which if a defender runs over or gets close enough to an air jab, they'll get knocked over, and it will create a really loud noise alerting the attackers where a defender is. So her loadout, she has the AK. I don't remember which AK she has, but she has an AK and slash. Yeah, no, it's not an AK-12 because the recoil isn't that bad. It's actually a really, really good AK. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's some kind of AK, or she could, I think, get the shotgun or something else. But the AK is the primary gun that people use. She also has a scope on her pistol, which I think only Cade has besides her. Could be wrong with that one.
Only Cade and her.
She has breaches and a stuns, maybe?
I think so. That or smokes.
I would put her on A because she can reveal a lot of info with those air jabs. And the gun is really, really good. I think the clip is also like a 40 clip too or something like that.
You have no idea how badly I want to yell, I'm 40!
Yeah.
Can you blame me, though?
Well, she looks like she's 40, so you can yell that shit. I'm 40! What do you think, though, A?
A.
Yeah. Cade. The oldest op in the game. Now, unlike Bandit, we kind of already touched on Cade, but with Cade, he can electrocute 3 reinforced walls with one of his gadgets. He has 2 gadgets that allow him to electrify walls. The exact same shit as Bandit, except he can electrocute hatches, which is pretty cool and unique. And his gun, his AR, which whatever the fuck it is it an AR, Lenny?
Machine gun.
It's a pretty good gun. It doesn't have much recoil. It has a little bit, but it's not that hard to use. He comes with barbed wire as well. Something else.
Honestly,
barbed wire or C4.
Yeah, I think you can even agree with me on this. You can argue he's better than Bandit.
He is better than Bandit. No, he
because
is.
he can also
Because
like
he has a range.
electrocute
He has a circle of shit. So you could not just electrocute three reinforced walls. You could also electrocute barbed wire if it's close enough to those walls as well.
Shields,
And shield. Yeah, as long as it's close enough to his gadget, it will be electrocuted. And it's really, and he's just a good. The only bad thing about him is he's slow as shit. That's the only bad thing that I can see. 2 or 3 speed? He's 1 speed. He's slow as fuck, man.
Oh, well, he is old. He's old, so.
Yeah, no, he's slow as hell. But with that said, he's still an insanely good op. So I'll put him in A. I wouldn't put him in S because he's not like because there's someone that could replace him, you know, in most of the departments besides hatches. So yeah, I'll put him in A because he's pretty good. Shachina Gridlock. Gridlock, the biggest, fattest op in the game besides Lenny.
Oh, fuck off.
Satina has a LMG and an or an AR, I believe. Yeah, and slash or a shotgun, I believe as well. I know she has super short. She has super short. He has a secondary though.
Yeah, I don't think she has a primary shotgun.
Okay, I wasn't sure, but she has super shorty. Her ability is she can throw traps on the ground. Like basically, let's say tracks. Okay, whatever. She throws like a barrel. Imagine a barrel full of monkeys, except it's a barrel full of spikes that are on the ground, and it hurts when you walk on them. It's a pain in
an entire freaking room.
Yeah, and she has 3 barrels of that shit. And it's pretty useful actually, depending on like how you play her. Not a lot of people go as her because she's really fucking slow, and that's really it, I guess. But she's pretty cool though for the most part. However, with that being said, I'd probably put her as a B because you'd say what? If
she was faster, A, but B just because of the speed.
If she was a little faster, she had maybe a slightly better loadout, maybe A, but yeah, I'd put her at B though. Mozzie. What Mozzie can do is he can hack enemy drones.
Hack your drones.
He can hack your drones and use them. He can hack up to 3 of them. And he's a big pain in the ass. Including Twitch drones. Actually, I have a question. Could he hack a floor's drone?
Yes, but it doesn't hack it, it destroys the drone. Yeah, and a glitch with Mozzie that not a lot of people knew was beforehand, around the time when he first came out, he also used to be able to hack Echo drones.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, with that being said, he can do that. It's a big pain in the ass. Anyone knows it's a big-ass pain in the ass.
Big-ass pain in the ass.
Yeah, I said that that's exactly why I said that. However, to make it even more annoying for the attackers, he has a really good gun. Okay, he has a really good SMG. It doesn't have much recoil. It's pretty good. I'm trying to think. He has nitrocell or barbed wire. Barbed wire, I'm guessing.
I think it's barbed.
Yeah, and he's kind of like Echo, except he makes the attackers suffer a little bit more, you know.
And he's faster.
And also the drones, besides when you're on the drones, they're disguised as regular attacker drones unless you use them.
The only ways to know that they are a Mozzie drone is A, IQ spots them, or B, when they're on, you'll see a blue light instead of a regular yellow.
With that being said, I'd probably put Mozzie either A or B. I kind of want to put him in A because he makes the attacker suffer quite a bit, and it really pisses you off.
Plus, on top of that, like Echo's gadgets, because Echo's an A, his items have the ability to hide in plain sight.
Agreed. So yeah, I'd put him in A. I think he's pretty good. Nook.
Would you like me to explain Nook?
Go for it. Go for it.
So Nook has Smoke's SMG and a shotgun as her primary. Secondary, she has a normal pistol, and then Valk and BlackBeard's Deagle. And her gadget is, I don't remember what the name of it is. Hell, H-E-L. And what it does is, it silences her footsteps, almost zero noise, unless she's sprinting, of course. On top of that, all observation tools by the fenders will not pick her up. And unlike Vigils, unless she's sprinting, placing breach charges, or shooting, or doing whatever, it will not show an effect. So she would be completely 100% invisible to the camera.
Basically, she's a combination of Cav's ability, besides interrogation, and Vigil's ability. You know, when it comes to Cav's noise, or like a silence, and Vigil's invisibility. She has the SMG, an SMG gun, which it's the same what Smoke has. Pretty solid gun. Well, Lenny, you kind of already said it all. I already forgot you said that.
Yep.
With that being said, though, I'd probably put her at...
Here's the thing with her.
I probably would put her at B.
I was going to say B. This is the reason why. Unlike other operators where their gadget is, can be helpful to the team, Nook is called a selfish operator because her gadget only helps yourself. B.
So next one, Warden. Ron Swanson, the man himself.
The myth, the legend.
Lenny's old main.
I did main him, didn't I?
From ages ago when I first started.
Yeah, so Ron Swanson, here's the great thing with Ron. His gadget is very situational, and what it allows him to do is negate flashbangs, except for the hearing. Negate flashbangs, Ying candelas, and when he's standing still, he can see through smoke. And on top of that, he has Valk's SMG, and his shotgun, I think, is the same as Thermite's. His pistol, he has his own scoped pistol. It's not the same as Ella's.
Couldn't tell the difference for the most part.
Yeah, but the difference is his is an American pistol. Not kidding, by the way.
Yeah, but it's pretty similar though. But anyway, but then, yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, he has, I think, a deployable shield and barbed wire.
You're right.
I might be wrong about that.
No, you're right. You're right.
When he first came out, he had nitro cell and impacts.
Actually, wait, no. I think I take it back. I think he does have a nitro cell, and he definitely has a shield though.
Yeah. I know that much. And then another thing with Ron Swanson, aka Warden here. Honestly, he's very situational. But other than that, he's an all-around good operator. If they're just rushing you completely with flashbangs and Ying candelas, perfect way to negate them.
Agreed.
Perfect way to counter.
Agreed. But however, with that being said, with most people, when they select him, it is situational. And usually you let one round go by where you kind of have an idea of what the attacking team will use against you. And if they use like a Glaz or someone that likes to throw smokes around and all that shit, you only find out about that and use Warden / Ron Swanson during round 2 or maybe an overtime round, you know. If you were to just choose him randomly, most people just won't. That's the reality of it, you know. Because he really doesn't have that much to offer besides the good loadout. Because his gadget, you usually won't ever use it.
Yeah, I think
he is fast though. He is kind of fast. I think he's a 2-speed. So he's decent. But with that being said, I'm going to be completely honest. I put him in D. I know I'm being a little harsh, but his ability, like, if you look at everyone in C for the most part, besides maybe IQ, And even, actually, no, even IQ. Their ability is useful to some extent. His ability just isn't really useful at all unless it's like the exact right situation. Kind of like with Capitão, how like his like 2 smokes that he has, or like his fire, is only
I'd say
useful
D.
with the other operators, you know?
Yeah, I'll say D.
Or relies on other operators, so.
Yeah, if we ever stream R6, we have fun playing Warden just because we get to talk like Ron Swanson.
Yeah, no,
But
he's
that's a different story for
he's still a
another day.
fun operator, but we gotta keep it fair, obviously, and
Of course.
yeah. Anyway, next one, Amaru, and we have 1 row left. We have this left. Home stretch is right there.
The final countdown.
Amaru is
Suicide Squad.
if you want to get in the building quick, Amaru is your gal. Amaru will
Or
shoot.
Hatch.
Yeah. Amara will shoot her grappling hook, and you can break into in through the windows or main doors, right? Main doors too.
No,
Just windows
correct.
and hatches.
Or hatches. Yeah,
Okay.
but the hatch has to be opened.
Okay. Well, she can break through windows really quick, and this is actually one that I completely forgot about when I was talking about Ash. If you want a rusher, she and Ash are probably the best ones. Can we agree on
Hence
that?
why I called Amaro Suicide Squad for a reason.
No, I know. I don't remember. I only know that she has an LMG. She has something else, like a few other guns. But
It's technically an AR. She has an AR in the Supernova shotgun.
okay, well it has a big clip then. If it's an AR for an AR,
It's
know.
an AR. Mhm.
She has flashbangs, right? And then
I think
what else does
flash
she have?
and smoke. Flash and I don't think
Flash
does she have
or
a quick
smoke,
one?
yeah. I don't
think she has
know.
a quick one.
I've literally never played her. I don't think.
I have a few times. I know she has flashbangs, but I'm not sure about the others.
But yeah, no, she's literally used for speed. Like if you want to get in immediately, or if you want to get in an area really, really quickly from the outside, then she's your gal. But the problem with her is if they have a frost as a defender, then there's a good chance Amaro's gonna get fucked over just as quickly, you know. So
Hence why I call her Suicide Squad.
you have probably a 50-50 chance, depending on where you go, when you break the window, if you die immediately, or maybe take someone out with you, then die immediately, or even survive somehow. Either way,
Yeah,
you're going to get heard. She's not quiet. You're going to get heard. So,
Oh, the grab. Yeah, no, you'll hear that thing from across the map.
I think she's completely unnecessary. I'm going to be honest. I'd probably put her in... Now, I would put her in C because I think she's unnecessary, but she's cool, though.
I wouldn't put her in C just because she's cool, but I agree with you on C, and the main reason for that is if she does survive, she is very useful, mainly because her guns are very powerful. On top of that, she's kind of made to survive by herself.
Well,
and
no.
of course, she can go up hatches.
Well, the reason I'm not putting her in D or E, and I don't know if you're... Are you trying to say she's higher than that, or are you, like, saying she's
C.
lower?
C.
Okay, so you're agreeing on C.
Yeah.
But the
But
reason...
I'm just giving more reason behind C.
Okay, I understand now.
Saying she's cool isn't really
Well,
like a great validation.
Well, when I say she's cool, I mean she's unique with her gadget, you know? That's what I mean by
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to put her on C. Next one, Goyo. Goyo, do you want to do this one or you want me to do it?
Who plays
I've
Goyo
played
more?
I've just recently started playing him a couple times, like
I
twice.
used to main Goyo, so
All right. Well, let me do it then because I've been playing him a couple times. Goyo has the
And I
same
played
gun
him-
first of all as Mira. Decent SMG.
yeah, the Vector.
Yeah. He comes with proximity mines too, which I think are pretty cool.
Alarms.
Or sorry, not mines, alarms. Yeah, fuck me. So good loadout. He comes with 2 shields. Didn't it used to be 3?
It used to be 3.
He comes with 2 shields, and what's special about these shields is you can blow them up and they'll catch on fire. And let's say there's a Monty in front of the shields, it will do a lot of damage to the Monty. The fire hurts like hell. It's crazy.
Yeah. The one thing with Goyo's trap too is it's very easy to be set off by the attackers, but it cannot be set off by Twitch.
Oh,
by
I did not
Twitch's
know
drone.
that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, Twitch's drone cannot ignite it.
If you have a Goyo and a Frost, it's actually a pretty sweet combo as well, depending on the area you're in.
Kapkan and Goyo.
Kapkan and Goyo as well. That's also pretty sweet.
The reason being because the Kapkan will go off, and then the Goyo trap will go off.
Yeah, exactly. This one's a little bit tricky. I would probably say C. Because you really don't need him. He's really not that useful. It's something nice to have, but you really don't need it, you know?
Yeah, his pick rate's low for a reason.
Yeah, his pick rate's really low. So I would say C. Could we agree on that?
C.
Okay.
And I mean C as in the letter, not C as in Spanish, yes.
Yes. Okay. C, senor.
C.
Anyway, Callie. The second sniper on this list, 50 cal shot. 50 cal sniper. 45?
Yup.
Okay, I thought it was 50, but okay, 45
I did
cal.
too.
45 cal. The best scope when it comes to distance in the game of sniping. Unlike fuck, I'm already forgetting the names. Glaz is scope. You can't see people as clearly, but it's still really, really powerful of a gun. If you shoot someone, it will either kill them or it will down them immediately. It will immediately break through barricades. You can also shoot through the windows. So Glaz and her are the only ones that can shoot through the windows. And she also has another ability which is a little bit more minor that allows her to disable the batteries and the batteries of the
So
help me out here. I'm starting to get a little tired.
Yeah, it's Bandit.
Bandit.
Now,
Yeah,
here's
Bandit.
the thing with her main gadget. It's not so much just that. It's the fact that it will go into the wall and explode on both sides.
So yeah, it will disable the enemy team's gadgets.
And it cannot be affected by mute jammers.
Yeah, it's a bitch to say the least. Even if the map isn't a good like sniper spot, that gadget alone could be really good. And also she comes with claymores and breach charges, I believe. And she has her secondary. I think she has the same secondaries as Clash. She has an SMG, minor SMG, and /or pistol. I'm gonna be honest. She's easily an A or an S. I think. I would honestly put her.
I'd say S just because mute jammers don't affect.
The gadget I think is insanely OP, and I don't think enough people take advantage of it. But at the same time, a lot of people still do, and it's really OP. So yeah, S. Next one, Wami. Wami's an interesting one. Has a magnet that if you throw a grenade close enough to it, it will
pull it towards it.
It will pull it towards
it. Go off.
Does the magnet get destroyed though?
Yes.
Okay. Only if it's a frag, right?
Nope.
So if it's a smoke, it will still break.
Yep.
Okay, I did not know that. Okay. But yeah, that's his main ability. He comes with the AUG, and another gun. I think a shotgun probably.
No, it's I think it's Mute's SMG.
I'm pretty sure it's the AUG because I know that because when I got my it's the AUG because it's the AUG because it's the same one IQ has, but I think that's the main gun people use with him. I don't know what's secondary, that doesn't matter, and I don't know what he has as like gadgets, like if it's barbed wire.
I think it's impacts and barb.
Okay. He's an alright op. I don't really care about him. I'll probably put him as C because he's kind of annoying, you know, but he's not like the worst op to deal with.
Yeah, C.
I don't think he deserves D though. I think he's better than D.
Yeah, Ayana.
She was my main when she first came out. So I have a couple things to say. I have a couple things to say with her. She was nerfed not that long ago, and they removed her ACOG, which really pissed me off. She has the same really good OP gun as Ashe. She has a hologram, which she can use to, she can duplicate herself and trick the enemy team into thinking that that's actually her and reveal themselves, along with gather intel for the team, for, her team. She comes with grenades, I think smoke or flash, I can't remember. But she definitely
stun.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, but her ACOG was removed, which really fucking sucks. So, with that being said, she's definitely a really, really cool op, but I'm gonna be honest, I think they also may have removed. I think they made her recharge time a lot longer. It takes a lot longer to recharge. Is that right?
No, I think it's the same. Just when it gets shot, it has to recharge from the very beginning.
Okay. I would put her an A because she's really cool, but well, A or B, because the ACOG really fucking mattered and they removed it, you know.
I'll just say A. Honestly,
I would say A
because it's still a great assault rifle.
Yeah.
Oryx.
Next one, Oryx. But yeah, no, he and Aruni, they're the only ones that can climb hatches. He is able to physically go through walls and break through them to make holes. Yeah, he's literally the Kool-Aid man. He does a little bit of damage, but he has a nice SMG. I think it's the same one as Lesion. He has the shotgun pistol, which is also really nice.
Alibis, yep.
He's pretty fast with his ability. He's a 2-speed, but he feels like a 3-speed. And depending on the map, he can get places. But yeah, he has a pretty solid loadout. I don't know what I think he has impacts, and I don't know what other thing he has. Do you remember? Maybe bulletproof cam or something?
It's
or barbed wire, maybe?
No, I think it's cam.
Okay. I think he's pretty cool, but I think he's very scenario based. And he's also extremely vulnerable when he's jumping through the hatches. I would put him on a B. Well, actually, no. I take that back. I would put him on an A. He can go full football player and knock Monty and shield ops to the ground.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Actually, no, all ops, technically. But it greatly affects shield ops. So that's why I'm going to put him on A. And it will really piss someone off if he does that shit. Ace. Ace. One of the newer... Well, we're getting pretty much in all the newer ops. Yeah. Ace has the AK-12. Pretty decent gun. A little bit of recoil, but it's okay. I don't even know if there's... I think there's an ACOG on it. His ability is he can throw... What is it? It's like a pressure...
It's like a grenade that sticks to the wall and blows through reinforcements or soft walls, just one chunk at a time.
Yeah, it's kind of like Hibana, but it takes it takes about the same amount of time, but it's also a little bit different process. I don't know what his secondary is.
Secondary gadget, grenades, I think.
Okay, his grenades, maybe flashes, something like that.
I think flash and breach.
Yeah, flash and breach. I would probably put him on B. He's probably in the same spot as Hibana. I think his gun's a little bit better than hers. He also comes with claymores. I forgot. Well, I think he comes with claymore.
I would say B as well.
Because he's a hard breacher, so I think, yeah. Malusi is a, she has Doc's gun, the MP5. Is she 3-speed? I think she is, right?
Two-speed.
Really? Okay. Her ability is she can throw down her banshees, which will slow people down. They're big pains in the ass. Once they're activated, you can shoot and destroy them, but you can't shoot them from a distance unless they're activated. So yeah, either melee them or shoot them to disable them. But half the time, people don't even destroy them. They just try and run through them as quick as possible, which is the whole point of them being there, you know? I think she has a bulletproof camera and barbed wire. Or maybe impact, something like that. I can't
bulletproof and impacts, I think.
Okay. Her oh yeah, and she also has Ella and Zofia's pistol. Yes. So she has a really good setup. I would probably put her B.
Yeah, I'll put her at high B. Plus her gadgets, unless you have an IQ, you don't really know they're there until you walk into it.
Yeah. Zero. Very interesting, man. He from where I live, actually. Very close to where I live. Zero has a decent AR. His ability is he can shoot 4. He's basically like Valk when it comes to her throwing cameras in custom areas. He can shoot cameras from a distance. He can shoot his Argus cams from a distance, and they go through soft and hard breach walls. And he can actually shoot people or enemy gadgets with them and disable them. Kind of like a Twitch drone, except it's a lot more vulnerable for people to shoot it. But yeah, it's really good for providing a lot of good intel. And he comes with claymores. I don't remember what else he comes with. And he comes with basic pistol and all that. He's pretty useful though, I'd say. I would probably put him on A, to be honest, because he can provide a lot of good info.
Yeah, I'd say the same, just because of the info. Plus, it can shoot disabled devices.
Yeah, like I said. What's your opinion on Rooney?
He's okay, especially for entry denial.
So, when Arune first came out, and you can agree with me on this, I think a lot of people thought she was crazy OP.
Easily.
Her gadget can't be destroyed. It's basically a gate that only attackers can, defenders can walk through without taking damage. And the only way you can walk through the gate without taking damage is if you throw a projectile at it. And funny story, if you're a defender, well, not really story, but fun fact, if you're a defender and throw a projectile at it, it also becomes disabled, which really will piss your team off, so don't do that shit. But with her gadget, it will become temporarily disabled, but if you shoot a certain part of the gate after about maybe a minute or a minute and a half or something, or yeah, about a minute, it will turn into a gate again and it will become re-enabled. And you'll need to throw another projectile at it to disable it. And Aruna comes with 3. Aruna kind of has the same melee as Shield Ops. When she hits someone, they go down before dying. It's not like being knifed because she has a robot arm. And she can also create big holes in a wall. Now, with that being said, I think her gun's not that good. I think it has a little too much recoil along with the small clip. It's like a 21 clip or something like that. And
yeah, on top of that, her other primary is also it's Dokkaebi's marksman.
oh, and something else I forgot to mention with the gates is you can put them on hatches, reinforcement doors, and not just regular doors. So you can really put them anywhere for the most part. Where would you rank her? I would probably put her B, if I'm gonna be honest. At first,
B.
maybe an A, but now she's not like that OP.
No.
All right, Lenny,
Flores,
this next one is all you because you main him sometimes.
I used to. So Flores has an explosive drone that will go off after a set amount of time, or you can customly set it. It'll also anchor to surfaces, will not blow through reinforcements, and it can kill operators, but it does explode after 3 seconds so they can run away. Another thing with Flores, he has, I don't remember whose whose assault rifle it is, but he has one assault rifle, and then I believe
It might be Thatcher's. Thatcher has an AR that looks almost identical.
Yeah, I think it's Thatcher's assault rifle and Twitch's marksman.
Yeah.
And yeah, his pistol doesn't matter either. His secondary gadget, I believe, is flashbangs, or I think flashbang. He doesn't have frags. I think flash and smoke. But his main gadget, he has 4 explosive drones. That's why, honestly, I would rank him in B to A, just because of how useful those explosive drones can be. Because if the enemy team's not expecting it, you can take out a lot of gadgets with that.
So with him, what I feel that is important with him is he can also stick. Can his drone also stick if it jumps and like locks in on a target?
Yeah, I said it anchors to surfaces.
Oh,
so
okay.
let's
Well,
say
I'm just using dumbed down words then.
Yeah. So let's say there's a Maestro on the wall. You could jump up to it. As soon as you hit the wall, detonate it. It'll stick to that wall and blow up the turret.
I feel it also gets the defenders start running around, kind of like what a few of the other ops do, like Jackal and Fuze, and it will reveal like the defenders, and they can't just camp the whole time, you know, or it makes it a lot harder to camp. I would put him. I would probably put him A if I'm gonna be honest, because he's just super useful.
Another thing with Flores is when his drone starts that explosion phase, it's immune to everything.
Yeah, that too. I would put him in A, honestly.
I'll agree. Yeah, A.
Thunderbird. Same AR as. Let's start with loadout. Same AR as Finka, and one of the other ones on the list. I can't remember who. She comes with fuck, I forgot. A basic pistol, and barbed wire and cam, I think, or something like that. I don't fucking remember. But that doesn't really matter. But she's unique because she's the second operator on the defender side that allows for healing. Basically, she places 3 Kona stations down. If you walk over them when they are ready to be used, because there is a cooldown after you receive a stem, You get healed. You get healed. So it's like Doc, except you can put all 3 of them in 3 different locations, or you can put them all
And they
in,
recharge.
and they're infinite. No matter like how many times your team gets healed, they will never stop regenerating stems for you. But they're also pretty cool because if you walk up to them, and then I think if you press F or E or something like that when you're close enough, if you're downed, it will revive you, which is pretty sweet.
It has to. It's not if you push E. It's if it shoots you while you're down.
No, I think you need to press a button. I don't know if you can, if it automatically will shoot you, but I could be wrong. I would put her in B because I don't think she's like as useful as Doc. Oh wait, she comes with impacts and something else. That's what she comes with. So yeah, we'll put her in B. Osa, my main.
You have the floor for this one.
Yeah, Osa, interesting one. The loadout, first of all, she or it or wherever the fuck it is, you can either choose between Thermite's AR or Jackal's Draco drum gun, which I always choose the Draco
SMG.
drum. Yeah, whatever. I like to call it Draco drum gun because it just has a ring to it. They got really, it has really good, and I'm calling it because I again don't know what the fuck to call it.
I'm not gonna oppose.
It has really good guns, and the pistol, it doesn't fucking matter. Really makes it unique is it is the only attacker that can bring shields with it. It brings 2 shields, and what's even more unique is the shields when you're holding it can protect your waist all the way to your head. However, your feet are exposed. And what is also unique is the shields are clear, and you can place them on windows or just on the floor like deployable shields. However, unlike deployable shields, if you just run up like a mirror, mirror window, for example, I'm kind of stuttering, you can crack them. So you won't be able to see through them if someone cracks them, whether it's your own team or whether it's the enemy team. So it's a pretty cool operator, to say the least, though, because you can do a lot of stuff with the shields. You could put Claymore behind the shields, and then when someone jumps over. So let me actually take a step back. You can place the shields down and put Claymore on one of them when the shield is broken. And when an enemy jumps over it, they can't see the Claymore and they'll blow up. You can do a lot of creative stuff with it, to say the least. And you can also immediately break barricades with the shield, which is pretty nice. So where would I rank Osa? I'd probably put Osa. I would put Osa in A because she can make, or it, whatever the fuck it is, again, can make a well-fortified area within OBJ by itself.
Yeah.
You know? By itself. So I'm putting in A.
I'll agree with you. Mainly because the big reason I'm just letting you take the floor on that one is I don't ever touch Osa unless I random get her.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy Osa. Now, last but not least, the most newest op. Now, first of all, how many times have you played Thorn? Because I've only played her a couple times.
I've played her a handful of times.
Okay, you want to take this one?
So her SMG is freaking amazing.
Well, it's not even a real gun, number one. It's an SMG that acts like a precise AR, which...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still amazing, though.
Yeah, no, it is.
Secondary, who cares about the secondary gun, pistol? Her secondary gadgets, I'm not 100% certain, but her major thing is her proximity. Those are literally proximity mines. What happens is an attacker walks near it, it will start to beep, then immediately go off, and if you're in its range, it'll kill you or injure you.
Yeah, and they do a lot of damage. If it's kind of like how far away it works in a similar way as a grenade. So like, you know how when you throw a grenade and you're, depending on how close you are, you take a certain amount of damage if it's like in the white range, like when you see the grenade icon. If you're close enough where you see the white grenade icon, you take a little bit of damage versus the red that could possibly kill you. That's kind of a similar thing with Thorn's gadget. If you're like close enough where you see the red icon pop up, you could die. You could immediately get one shot by it because those things are powerful. Or if you see the white around it, you'll probably just take like 10 to 20 damage, something like that. But they can be placed in tricky spots, so you better be careful with those. And also with Thorn, something I've realized is Melusi is the best friend of Thorn. Because if you hit a Banshee and a Thorn gadget, you could get fucked over pretty bad. It might not be pretty for you.
No, it won't be.
Now, the gun and the gadget, I do like the gadget though. I think it's pretty cool. It's a pain in the ass, but it's still pretty cool. And it can be very OP if the enemy's really stupid. But I think the gun is a little bit better with the op, you know? I think people would choose the gun over the op. Well, when I say the op, I mean people would choose the operator's gun over the gadget, you know? I stuttered there for a second.
Nah, it's okay.
I would say B. Because it's not a game changer. It's not like OSA or anything super special. Because there's other trap ops. The gun's really good.
I'll say,
but yeah, I'd say B.
yeah, B.
We have ranked every single R6 operator from start to finish, giving it 100% our honest thoughts. And what do you think, Lenny? Are you happy with it? I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's actually very reasonable. I like how we have more in A than B. That's funny. But yeah, yeah, that's going to be the end of this fucking documentary of R6. If everyone enjoyed, make sure to check our channels. Give us a fucking like on this one, because my throat, it's, what time is it? It's 5:22 in the morning, and my throat's killing me. That's all I have to say.
He's got a Dr. Sin's appointment.
Yeah, I have to make a I have to schedule a Dr. Sin's appointment tomorrow, because of this shit. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, give us a like, do whatever, and if you have your own opinion on where some of these operators should have gone, comment if you choose to comment. And yeah, we will see you all later. Take care.
See ya.